fellow people. You are now live on BP Networks with me, Ockbar Jacoby, and my partner,
Jacoby, Nefertiti, Johnson.
We have some horrific stories on assassinations that happened in the past few years.
Wow.
Okay, with my partner,
Jacoby,
we are going to talk to you a little bit about John F. Kennedy.
shot and fired on November 22nd, 1963. Our late president was assassinated in Dallas, Texas, by supposedly Lee Harvey Oswald while undergoing a parade with his wife in his drop-top coupe.
Struck once in his throat, in his back, and in his head for the last fatal shot. He was dead on the scene.
And we're back.
For the BP Networks, with me, Ockbar Jacoby, and my partner,
Jacoby, Nefertiti, Johnson.
And we're going to talk to you now about a human rights activist named Malcolm X, or Malik Shabazz. He was a human rights activist. He was gunned down while addressing the Afro-American unity in New York, New York, on February 21st, 1965. All this happened when a disturbance, when the man yelled, "Nigga, get your hand off my pocket." He was gunned down by the Nation of Islam members with a sawed-off shotgun and two semi-automatic pistols.
Swag.
He was dead on arrival.
Martin Luther King Jr., a.k.a. MLK, a well-known civil rights activist, better known by his "I Have a Dream" speech, was assassinated, boom, on April 4th, 1968, in Memphis, Tennessee, by James Earl Ray. People saw him. They pointed, as you can see in this picture.
Before his death, Martin Luther King was in charge of many marches and many boycotts. After his death, everybody was very upset and caused a lot of violence, and there was a lot of riots. Another event that occurred during the Civil Rights era was the Little Rock Nine in 1957 in Little Rock, Arkansas. Little Rock Nine consisted of 9 African Americans: Ernest, Elizabeth, Jefferson, Terrence, Carlotta, Melba, Thelma, Gloria, and Minnie Jean.
Minnie Jean.
All 9 of the students were refused to enter their school under the Mayor's National Guard's command. After that, President Eisenhower put the National Guard under his command and told them to allow the students in.
I tell you what to do.
He tells us what to do.
And true, our reporter, Shabazz.
Thank you, Ockbar. Thank you, Jacoby. My name is Shabazz Dingle McCringleberry, and I'm talking about the Freedom Riders. The Freedom Riders were civil rights activists. They rode buses to the segregated South on May 4th, 1961. They were a bus of mixed races. They were met by a mob of angry people. The people who exited the bus were black, and also they were whites, but they were beaten as well. At the end of the day, the bus was burned to the ground. I'm Shabazz Dingle McCringleberry, and back to you, Ockbar and Jacoby.
Wow! Thank you, Shabazz, for that wonderful story. That was hype. In the bus? Woo!
And now signing off with Black People Networks, I am Ockbar Jacoby.
And me, Jacoby, Nefertiti, Johnson. Woo!
Striking the light.